And welcome back to Subculture After Dark. Well, earlier this year, we checked out a band called Solnegre and were talking about their single that they had out at that time. Well, now there is an album on the way called the Spiral Labrynth, and we thought we want to get to know a little bit more about this amazing album, so we thought we would actually get Jebra from the band on the phone to talk all about it. Welcome to the program, mate.
Thank you so much for having me here, Dave, Subculture, and it's absolutely a pleasure to talk to you again and to be able to review this new album that we have ongoing.
No worries. So now, earlier this year, we spoke to you about the single that you had coming out, and of course, now you've got the album coming out. What has been happening in the life of the band over the past few months?
Well, a lot of things, actually. At the time we released our first single, we were in the process of let's say figuring out what to do with our full length, whether to launch this as a split album with some other band or try to record new material in order to account for a whole full length. And that's the way we went. We recorded a few more songs. We started composing our second album, which we'll talk in due time. And we did a lot of studio work and also promotion work for the singles we already launched. But everything is moving, and it's moving pretty quick, and I'm super happy about this because as we talked last time, this project was more about trying to get some comfort, some relief, and try to push our feelings through songs. And it's a thing that we accomplished for sure.
So this is an album that when you sit down to listen to it, it really feels like it takes the listener on a journey. Was that something that you wanted to do with this album?
Definitely, and that's the thing that a lot of people say about this album. It's about being true to oneself. This is not an album that we have created just to make kind of good songs, but we try to convey what we are on the songs and try to push our all that bad feelings and all that feelings that were torturing us at that time through the songs, and it's a thing that you can really get from each of the songs on the album. So that's basically what we try to accomplish with this. I mean, we try to be true to ourselves. We try to be true to our music, and we try to be true to the feelings that created that music. So that's really a journey, because it's a real journey through all these feelings of deep sadness, depression, this highly functioning depression, which is I've been pushing through the years, this hypersensitivity towards what's happening on the outside world, and how is that being reflected into my own inner world. So it's everything is based on true experience, and I think it's a thing that you can really hear on the album.
Definitely. How did you find that experience sitting down and writing about something as personal, writing and recording about something as so personal as your depression? Was that a tough thing for you to do, or did you actually feel a bit of relief being able to write about it and get it out there into the world?
Yeah, definitely. There's a point of relief in all that. At the end of the day, I mean, on my mind, it was tougher when I started thinking about doing this and composing these songs. On my mind, it was a bit harder than what it really was at the end of the process, because it's all about channeling all that emotions and trying to use yourself as a maybe a vessel. That's the reason. That's the reason for one of the titles of the tracks, and you are nothing but a vessel of a communication that comes from beyond, or probably comes from inside oneself, and try to convey all that abstract ideas into music is at the end of the day, it's a very good experience. It's not a harmful experience. At some point, it gives you relief, and it's a kind of an introspection. It's an introspective trip, and probably that makes the songs as true as they are. But it's a very good experience, and at the end of the day, probably, I mean, everyone has its own personal way of releasing that tension and all that anger that we have inside, and at some point we coexist with this kind of psychiatric imbalances. To do music is a gift, and being able to channel all that stuff into something real, which is a song that you can play over and over again. It's a very good experience, I have to say, Dave.
Do you think there'll be a lot of people out there who listen to this album and want to talk about what they've been through personally as well?
I think so, because I mean, the traumas that are reflected on these songs, I think that they are quite universal. I mean, it's this feeling of being alone, is this feeling of not fitting on the world which is around you, your efforts to try to fake your presence on that world and try to be part of something that you don't consider part of, the traumas caused by, let's say, bullying when you were a kid, or the breakdowns of relations that you have during your life, loss of your parents, you name it. This is a number of universal experiences that anyone can be reflected in, and it's kind of a balm, in the sense that these shared experiences, if you feel your experience reflected in someone other's experience, it's quite relieving, and I think it's not the intention, but it's what our listeners will get through this album, for sure.
Definitely. And you talked before a little bit about being able to sit down and record some more tracks that we actually hear on this album. What was that recording process like for you?
It was very natural, in the sense that I mean, at some point someone told me once that all musicians have a song in their minds at all times, and when you are able to connect with that feeling and to make that vibe that you have inside your head into something tangible, into a song, it's a process that is very rewarding. So people always ask me which is my process to compose songs, and I'm saying that I'm only channeling that song. I just sit in front of my computer with all the instruments, my keyboard, my guitar, my bass, everything, and I try to convey all that abstract ideas into something which fits within the context of the song. And suddenly, when I have the first stone, everything comes at once. And my job at that time is try to convey what can fit best into the song, what's the mood, and suddenly something begins materializing. And it's kind of a magical process, to say, in some way, because I have musical training, of course, but I'm not using that musical training in any way. I'm just making this through an instinctive process. It's a thing that comes from very deep inside, and when, let's say, a stone from that big wall is assembled, all the other just fit in place perfectly, and I end writing up long songs with a lot of content, and it's a thing that I'm not looking for. I'm just finding this in the way. So I'm a bit blessed on that regard. But I'm not taking, let's say, kind of an engineering approach to this, in the sense that I'm not trying to have the best sound from the beginning, or try to compose something in the vibe or some other band or something like that. It's just flowing, and making everything land and fit properly. And this is the only secret. There's no more secrets, Dave, really.
Now, the album is coming out, of course, on October the 6th. How are you feeling? Do you feel nervous, or are you excited about this album being released out for the public to listen to?
I have a bit of a contradictory feelings on this because it's yes, I'm a bit nervous. I know that everyone that likes old school doom death metal will like this album because I mean it's all on that vibe that we loved back in the 90s. And I know that the songs are really good, and the content of the songs is very, very true to what we talked before. But on the other hand, it's a bit of, I mean, walking naked in some way because it's kind of a personal experience shared with people I don't know of, which in one hand it's a bit frightening. So it's a mix of feelings, I have to say, because up to some point, I mean, it's been a long wait because we wanted to do the things right with the right people, with the right label, and the right promotion for the album, and so on. So we waited a few more months that we initially expected, but at the same time, it's relief. But on the other hand, it's a bit frightening for that reason.
Well, to finish off the interview, what would you like to say to people out there who are about to sit down and take a listen to this amazing album?
I would like to say that take it personal. Take it personal on the sense that, hey, we try to do music from within ourselves, music that really can connect with our audience. We have not created this band to tour, to play in festivals, or to do some fancy photos here and there and pose saying that we are on tour with these guys or these other guys. We do this music for you guys. We do this music to share these feelings. A little, I mean, in the societies we live in, these feelings are a bit taboo to talk about. To be happy and to be healthy and to be popular, it's a requisite from the societies which are around us. And I would like to say that I want to say that you are not alone feeling this. You are not alone with this burden, and we would like to share our views on that burdens, which are quite unpopular, but everyone feels this at one point or another. So take the chance to listen to the Spiral Labrynth. You will find something that is very, very, very true, and it's a shared experience. And I understand that our audiences will be pleased with this.